So due to me effectively getting called out to go and pick up something from someone's house, the live stream just hasn't been possible today. And the reason for that is there's just so much going on at the minute for me, especially. Like, literally, I sat down, went to do a live stream, and next minute someone's shouting saying, George, come down, we need you to drive this, George, do this, George, do that, you know, and everything sort of adds up, and then obviously we haven't got an article out for obviously circumstances that I can't control. So I emailed out a few questions for a Q&A, and it's not the normal long Q&A. It can't be a live stream today. Obviously I'll repay that next Sunday. But sometimes it's just hard to deal with like that sort of stuff. So there's actually a mixture of questions. There's 4 questions that I got asked. The first one was, what did you think of last night's game? I asked these questions to the panel. I asked for questions from the panel and I got 4 back. So what did you think of last night's game? I thought we were excellent, really. I thought, yes, we've just scored. We've actually just scored as I'm doing this. It's just come up now. 1-0 Steelers. And what I thought of last night's game was I thought we skated really well. And I thought we really took the game to the Panthers. Like I said we should have done. Like I said we did last week. We really took the game to the Panthers and we made them play. They didn't like it up them, you know. They don't like it on home ice, and we just took it and took the 2 points. And hopefully it's going to be 4 after this video. Well, let's hope so anyway. Obviously, yesterday it was live on YouTube, and what's even better about it is the fact that it was live and it was the Panthers just getting absolutely panned by the Steelers. You know, we seemed like we were all over them at one stage, but somehow they scored twice, and both were really innocuous, sort of didn't come from anything really, just nothing goals, and it pegged us back a little bit, but other than that we seemed relentless. And to say we're one of the worst sides that we have been in the last few years, it did have a great factor to it, and I really enjoyed it personally. I really enjoyed watching it, and I'm hoping that obviously tonight we can fully get the result that we need, and that we can, well, beat the Blaze really. Spotlight. I'm joking, it's just a light that someone's created for me. So, the second question that I got asked was, what do you think about the Tom Barroso situation? So obviously I addressed it in a article the other week, sort of not particularly sure why we've announced it this early. Because again, like, the players could feed off that really badly. Sort of, they don't see the coaches being someone to take them forward, respectively, and bring the side up to where they should be in the off season. Obviously, we're not going to have him for that, so we're going to be back to sort of square one with coaches and who's going to take the side forward. For me, it is a bit frustrating because at the end of the day, I like Tom Barroso and I think he's done a good job, especially with the players he's got. But since we're not going to see him next season, then we may as well start rebuilding now. Sort of get some players sort of understanding more, sort of get them playing to a system, just to finish this season as strong as possible. And even if we don't do anything in the playoffs, like get to the semi-final or something, then we can just we can rip it out of the history books of the club this season, because it hasn't been a pretty one. You know, it's just been terrible, and we're just we're a class below the likes of the Devils, the Giants, and teams like that. The third question is actually about the blog, and it's about sort of how it's being run at the minute. And basically, what's happening at the minute is I've got 4 current writers, active writers who are, well, 3 active writers at the minute who are writing for me. Pete Watson, Josh Norton, they cannot write for the remainder of this season, and Pete was hinting at like a replacement really. And the problem is that I have is there wasn't enough interest into writing last time out, so few mutual decisions, we got one. We got one who was interested. Um, and I'm saying on this video, like, there is a writing space open. You know, I normally write it, so I'm covering the Tuesday article and I'm covering the Saturday match previews for the weekend, and that's sort of my involvement at the minute. And obviously, I run this as well, and it's quite difficult, really, because obviously I'm having to jumble writing articles, doing videos, and stuff like that. And I've got A levels to mix in with it, and I play ice hockey, I play football, I referee football. I've got a girlfriend. You know, it's always quite difficult. So at the minute, obviously, with my A levels coming up in June, I'm really sort of jumbled up. Don't really know what I'm like doing half the time. So that's really why the blog's been a bit messy and stuff like that. In the off season, Christ, it's gonna blow up. You know, I really do want to make the blog something respectable, rather than what it is at the minute, and it's just sort of I'm trying to get through this season as quick as possible, and I will probably have a break for like a month or something in the off season, just to try and sort of gain a few more followers and then come back a bit stronger. So that this is what the blog set out to do. These are our options, and this is our sort of goal. Goal as a whole for a blog, really. Goal as a whole sounds great. So that's just a little bit really of what's happening. Finally, the last question is on the. You see, I'm having to do this on the top of my head, and what is it? It's about DeLuca and Eberle. What do you make of DeLuca and Eberle? And personally, I think they've been absolutely fantastic, like outstanding in the past few weeks, and I really hope we retain them in the off season. That's gonna have to be it, guys, for this video. I'm sorry that it's rushed. I'm sorry that it's not as good quality as it normally should be, but I hope you understand sort of now sort of why it's been a bit more rushed, and there has been less articles produced and stuff like that. I'm hoping it changes very soon. I'm hoping sort of I can build on it a bit more. So yeah, that has been it, guys, and I hope to see you in the review of tomorrow's game, of the weekend's games. See you later.